Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Globally, the online gaming industry is valued at about $90 billion as at 2023. This is according to Statista. It's expected to reach about $230 billion by 2033. Now, in Nigeria, it's currently valued at just $200 million, but it's expected to reach $1 billion by 2033. That's significant. My name is Babatunde Makonjola, and I'm with Gamble Pulse. Gamble Pulse is a non-profit organization that has been set up to promote responsible gambling and create awareness about topical issues such as underage gambling. It's also a platform where problem gamblers can seek help. Today, we'll be talking about the effects of advertising in gambling, and the social responsibility. And I'll be talking about it with my other colleagues at Gamble Pulse. And it's great to have you guys on this program today. And I think an interesting place to start the conversation will be to state clearly that there's nothing inherently wrong with gambling, right? And we obviously are not trying to say that we should take out or destroy a $200 million industry that has created so many jobs, so many businesses, and whatnot. But in the same light, we cannot ignore the fact that gambling has come with its side effects. In fact, all of the growth that we've seen in Nigeria when it comes to gambling and arguably Africa has been from the rapidly growing youthful population, and also internet penetration. Today, everybody has a smartphone and has internet. My 10-year-old cousin has an iPad, and whatnot. So they have access to the internet. And the way people consume the internet these days, the most popular way is social media. And once you think about it in that paradigm, you're talking about content creators, you're talking about influencers, and just the other day, right? In fact, I see a lot of advertisements, from these influencers is almost embedded in their content. So it's not like they're making a particular post about it. They are maybe doing up comedies and it's embedded, in their content. A lot of the adverts on their platforms, which by the way, they have millions of audience, followers that cut across the entire demography, including underage gamblers. So these underage, or should I say teenagers, the very young population, they have access, to all of this content, and they're exposed to these adverts. And naturally, kids are curious. They're very curious. They want to know, okay, this betting company, what they do. And very easily, they go on their website, they can access their products and services. And the way that they are usually marketed, it's, oh, you can win 10 times this, we give the best odds. So there's a problem there, right? And there's no problem with gambling in itself. But just with everything that we consume, moderation is key. And also making sure that we do it responsibly is key. We drink, but you're advised to drink responsibly. You smoke, but you're advised to smoke responsibly. But then who checks all of these things when it comes to gambling? And that's why for me I feel like this particular topic is very, very important. And it may interest you to know that the Premier League, which is the most widely watched sport in Nigeria, or sporting program in Nigeria, half of the teams in the Premier League, their jerseys, the front of their jerseys for the 2024-2025 season is being sponsored by global betting, companies and organizations. That's just to show you how big the industry is expected to grow. So I think, I've just laid the background to that. Dura, I'd like you to talk about what you think about advertising, especially on social media, and its effects, to our young population, especially, and generally, in the gambling industry.
Okay, so the role that advertising plays in gambling um, for underage gamblers, I think that firstly, we have a lot of there's one way for these gambling companies to actually verify who's 18 and above.
Because usually it's just like a tiny disclaimer at the bottom of the screen or something.
But the thing is, they actually have it, but it's not clear enough. So now the problem now, yeah. So the problem is, you have like a beautiful advert. You have like one of your best actors, the actresses, your favorite footballers. They are in these adverts, promoting gambling. Very beautiful adverts, very lovely soundtrack. Do you get me? It's so interesting to look at, and you just want to be part of it because it's quite interesting. But at the end of the advert, they have a very, very small part of the closing chapter of the advert that just carries 18 plus, bet responsibly. So the whole essence is that you have to actually preach the word clearly and loudly. Don't come out and just be dropping, oh, 18 plus, bet responsibly. The same energy that you're pouring into the beautiful advert, you should actually just extend that energy into promoting gamble, proper gamble awareness. Do you understand?
If I may just chip in there, and now I'm just playing devil's advocate, right? How realistic is that? At the end of the day, right? I'm a gambling company. I'm running a business, and I'm trying to make money. Let's be factual. So why should I, pay for an advert and then I'm going to put my best foot forward. I'm going to tell you the odds are great. I'm going to tell you I'm going to like pay you the next day once you win, your game. Those are the things I'm going to promote. So is there a gap here? Is there somewhere where, for example, the regulators come into play? What bodies, are set up to do this? And I don't know about you, Kolade, but when I look at these ads or this content that are being created, sometimes they are not even like ads. They are like embedded in it. So it's like the guy is the name of the gambling company is scripted. It's in the comedy or the joke. Use blah 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 blah. So like, how do you regulate that? And I've never seen where they even just leave like a screen where they say, please ensure that you are, above age or it's responsible gambling. I guess, you were speaking to when you get on the platform and actually use these things. So what role does regulation play and how should it be? Because it's green area right now. Kolade, what do you think? Because I'm just thinking about it like an influencer. So is there going to be like some sort of control regulation that says you can't post on your grid and you can only post on your story at a particular time?
Also, at the end of the day, I feel like these policies are things that the government might need to like amend in the lottery acts. But for now, it's just going to be based on what these betting companies can actually do. You understand? To promote responsible gambling. What are they going to do differently from just placing the disclaimer 18 plus, bet responsibly? What more are they going to do? So for me, I feel like that's where corporate social responsibility comes in. Do you understand? I've been privileged to insight on the sort of CSR they are actually like into, and I think it has to do with donation of systems to secondary schools, providing food to the orphanage and stuff in that sector. But for me, I feel like they are not being objective enough about their corporate social responsibility, because it's something that is very important, and gambling addiction, it's related to their products. Do you understand? So why would you not walk around how your model has cost certain people their jobs, how your model has divided families? Do you understand? How your models have affected lives? They just need to strike the balance, basically.
So Kolade makes very like important points there. But again, guys, I'm sorry, I'm going to play devil's advocate. right? When it comes to the whole value chain, it's not just about it's not just about the gambling companies, let's be honest, right? Because for you to gamble, you have to have like there's a system, there's a financial system, there's the bank, there's an online payment platform, the payment companies, there's the player himself. They are all stakeholders when it comes to like the process of gambling. So what role do they play? Because they have that social responsibility as well to ensure that, as much as possible, they put checks and balance so that people don't get into that rabbit hole of irresponsible gambling.
So to be honest, yeah, some banks actually like restrict the amount of money you deposit into a betting account. To be very honest. And I feel like that's really, really good that's really, really good like corporate social responsibility, because it won't cost them to allow a user transfer 1 million, 10 million to his account. Just more money for them. But yeah, so some banks actually have limits as high as 50,000, and that's quite interesting. 50,000 naira per day. So now that's from the banks.
Yeah.
But on the betting platforms, you can actually make direct transfers through like payment gateways, all these fintechs and the rest.
Right.
Where you could transfer as much as 10 million, as much as 5 million, maybe not accumulatively.
So if I'm a problem gambler, right, and I'm using a bank that limits me, all I'm just going to do is go to like a payment platform.
Do you get me? So what I'm trying to say is that some banks actually like playing their part, and that's really nice. Yeah. The betting companies, the betting apps, they expose their users to deposit as much as 5 million, 6, 7 million, and I feel like that's quite a lot. I was on social media sometimes back, yeah, and I stumbled on a post, and it was just about some guy that committed suicide. It was sad. It was really sad because I feel like we are gradually getting to that stage.
He committed suicide as a result of
He
gambling.
committed suicide as a result of his gambling addiction. So this guy actually committed suicide, and it was sad. I felt really sad. And I went to the comment section. Now you just see a post and you just want to see.
You have to check the
like,
comments.
You just want to check the comment section and see
gist is.
what people are talking
what
about.
People are thinking and
so
stuff.
I went through the comment section, and a lot of people were talking about, gambling is an issue. The government should ban it. This is becoming a problem. Gambling should be banned. This guy is an irresponsible guy. This guy is a bad person. So many comments.
I think there's a stigma that comes with being a gambler.
Yeah.
Right. And that's perhaps one of the things that need to change, because when there's that stigma, people don't want to seek help.
But the thing is, in as much as we're tackling a problem, I know there's a problem. I've also thought about the economic value the gaming industry is adding to the country in terms of job creation. They've created so many jobs in respect to innovative technologies, software development, to customer care role.
Yeah, even down to the kiosks, where people that are less privileged, they can go to at least, participate. So I know people that do that full time. They literally have that. They run a franchise all over. So definitely there's a lot of economic value.
Even in terms of taxes as well. A lot of these betting companies, they actually pay their licensing fees. You understand? And direct taxes. And I feel like the government have actually used these funds for public services and also maintain infrastructures. So they have they are doing well in terms of adding economic value to the country. I would commend them for that. But the missing thing, as I always say, and that's basically why we formed Gamble Pulse. The missing thing is, are they promoting responsible gambling enough? Now, let me tell you guys something. I was having I had a conversation with with some guy at Betway. I was privileged to have a conversation with Kunle, Mr. Kunle, and Mr. Kunle was or is a corporate. Is actually like the operating officer in Betway.
Or the CEO.
Yes, CEO of Betway. So we were just talking about what I was doing and how I wanted them to come on board. And he spoke about how they had one of their users send a message to their customer care representative talking about how he has gotten addicted to gambling. And the interesting thing Betway did was they actually just referred him to their responsible gambling department, which is quite interesting.
So they do have a department.
Yeah, they do have a department. So I didn't know till I had like a conversation with him. They referred him to that department, and they got like a therapist for him. They paid for it. After that process, they actually had to go through like a mental health clinic as well, which they paid for. And it was quite interesting to know that like an organization like Betway, which is a sports betting company, actually looking out for some of their users. And so the whole essence of this discussion is just to get as much betting companies on board to promote responsible gambling.
But would they do that for all of their users though?
That's the conversation we had. And it was like, oh, it's okay with having to like join us because we have like the structure. You understand? A lot of users that have gotten addicted to gambling might not reach out to them on that level. So they might just want to reach out. Yeah, they will just want to reach out to an organization that is known for promoting responsible gambling, creating gambling awareness, advocating against underage gambling, providing treatment for gamble addicts. Do you understand me? So that's why we spoke about, you guys can come on board and just let's see what we can do to promote responsible gambling, since we have like a model and a structure in place to deliver that service. You understand? And it was quite interesting that they actually doing it. They just hoping we can get more betting companies on board to join the cause, so we could like create a community where people can gamble responsibly, people can talk about their gambling addiction. They won't be stigmatized if they voice out. Do you understand? We will just create a safer place for gambling, basically.
Okay, thank you, gentlemen. I think this is a good place to leave it. It's been an interesting conversation, and I know that one of the things we're trying to do is promote that public discourse and make people aware, especially problem gamblers. They don't even know the resources that are available to them, who to meet for help. And that's where we come in at Gamble Pulse Africa, So I'm just going to leave it at this. To our audience, please follow us on social media at Gamble Pulse Africa on all platforms, and at our website at www.gamblepulse.com, and you can also reach us via email on help@gamblepulse.com. Thank you very much.